Hello, my name is Thomas, and I want to share something that I've been thinking about recently. It is uh, receiving and transmitting uh, information. So, one thing I learned in college was that I would, I never wanted to stop learning. So, the biggest thing in college that I learned from high school was like, oh, uh, they're just having me read books. Like in high school, I felt like it was more like we would sit down, the teacher was kind of talk, and then we'd take notes. Or I didn't take notes; I would fucking doodle and shit. But in college, they were just constantly reviewing, and then they would just set up like, okay, go home and read this. And so I was like, dude, this is kind of bullshit. Like, I'm paying so much money. I could just buy a book, especially like college books are so expensive. I was like, I could have just spent all of this money on books and then just read all the books. But one thing, oh, that's nice. I'm going to do that. Is that nice? That's nice. One thing that I think I've been thinking about recently is like expanding my personal receptiveness, where that's why I like to read, because it expands my knowledge and what I understand. And for me, that's more like opening up a receptor. So like, say this is the receptor and this is the transmitter. So I feel like the world around us is constantly like transmitting like so much information, but if you don't have the right receptor, you can't pick up the right information. So I'm in sound mixing. I do a lot of sound mixing for films. And you have a transmitter, you have a wireless transmitter, and you have a wireless receiver. But if the two of them aren't on the same wavelength, you don't pick up the signal and you completely miss. And I feel like that can happen a lot with people, with jobs, with God, fucking anything. Like, if you're not paying attention to the $100 bill that's someone forgot on the sidewalk, you're not going to be able to pick it up. So, over the past like 5 years, whatever, I feel like increasing the amount of receptors that my brain can handle can help me, because I can but also receiving information actually helps you transmit information way better as well. I'm just trying to keep this like kind of simple. Where that if you don't know what to say, or like right now, kind of try to keep going with it. You can kind of receive what else is around you and kind of bounce off of that. I feel that receiving information can be more important than transmitting information, because if you're in life, if you're just traveling through life and you're just kind of blabbing, but you're not like paying attention to the people, the things that are around you, mostly people. Just go with people. If someone's not speaking your language, let's say if I go to China, I don't know Mandarin that well. If I go to China and everyone around me is speaking Mandarin, it doesn't matter how much I talk or how loud, or even if people around me are speaking, like understand what I'm saying in English, but they're only responding in Mandarin, that doesn't help me very much. So I feel like even if I was, let's give that situation, if I was somewhere in China and I did understand Mandarin, but I couldn't speak. Let's say I couldn't speak at all. If I could understand the environment around me, I could adapt better to every situation that I'm in. I mean, if I'm stuck and just need to get back to the US or whatever, you know, just being able to understand the information around me. I'd be able to get on a plane and like point to things. Whereas speaking Mandarin but not understanding that, or I don't know how, how do I say this? This is all coming off the top of my head. I just really wanted to share. But yeah, it was nice. Last night I was speaking with my roommate about psychology and stuff, and a lot of the words that she was using I had just learned within the past couple of years. And we were able to have like a good conversation. But had I not been reading up and studied, I wouldn't have been on the same wavelength and been able to have a good conversation. So I'm going to keep working my receptors and leave a comment down below if I should talk about something. If you found this incredibly boring, just let me know. If you found this interesting and want me to expand upon it, I'm going to be looking for things to talk about in these videos. Thank you for watching. See you around. See you next time.